podcast. I'm Kristin.
This is Donnie.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Josh.
And we're here to make the world a creepier place. All right, so today is my episode. I have 2 stories for you involving some haunted closets. So this is the last major event of my personal hauntings at the house I grew up in.
Closing of a chapter, huh?
Yes. We will have more tales from the house, but from the experiences of my family members.
I was about to say,
So it's
this
not
is
the
the last
end.
episode of Terrorform podcast.
All right, so the first one I'm going to tell is the first incident that I can remember happening to me at the house. There might have been like some prior stuff, like noises, but easy to brush off, so nothing really stuck until this point. So, it happened when I was around 10 years old. One of my sisters shared a room with me upstairs. We were sitting on her bed, which was against the wall opposite of the closet, and my bed was next. It was next to the closet against the wall, kind of like running perpendicular to it. But so we were on my sister's bed, which was farther away. We had our dog with us on the bed while we were talking, when all of a sudden his ears perked up and he started staring into the closet. So
Ooh, that's never a good sign.
I know, it's always so scary.
Yeah, so we weren't believing anything spooky at first. We're like, oh, wouldn't that be something if he started barking or something? So we were even joking about it, not expecting anything to happen. But
He barked.
yes.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So he was staring at the closet. We saw nothing. Then he started to growl.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, and he continued to stare in the closet and growl, and he stood up, and then he jumped off the bed into the center of the room, and he started barking a little bit at the closet.
Bark, bark.
Yeah,
That sounded
that's about-
exactly like a dog. I thought it was Jules for a second, but I was staring right at you, so I was confused how you sunk your mouth perfect.
It was a little rat terrier, so it didn't pretty much sound like that.
Yeah, high pitched.
So, at this point, we're freaking out. We're like, oh my God, what is in the closet? Does he see something we can't see? Is it a ghost, a demon, or something? So, we're starting to get scared and kind of back up towards the wall, and he's growling and barking, and then all of a sudden he flinches backwards like something lunged at him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
What's just standing there? As long as it doesn't barks. Oh my God. Well,
Growls.
as long as it just, growls.
As long as he doesn't get flung across the room.
Yeah, we were afraid he was about to get attacked by it, when he lunged, jumped backwards. But then he darted his eyes to the door leading out the room, and he kind of chased after it a little bit.
No.
And then he came back and jumped on the bed and calmed down after that. So we're like,
Put him in
what
his place,
just happened?
Chased the ghost out
I
that
know.
room.
We're like,
boy.
at least it seems to have left.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that was my first true haunting experience at that house.
What was that, Snippy or whatever?
Yeah,
his name?
Snip, little Snip.
Oh,
Oh, I love that dog. Josh, we need to get a rat terrier.
rip.
Yeah.
Name it Snip.
Mm-hmm.
Or would that be too close to home?
No, we'd have to give it a different name.
Snap.
Oh, God.
Snap.
Here, Snap.
All right, so now my second story was a little more traumatic for me because
And that was it?
it was, but I had my sister with me and we were
Yeah.
able to kind of laugh
This
about
one's
it.
just even more traumatic.
Yeah. And so, after that, I did not sleep in my own bed for a little bit. It was too close to the closet, so I would sleep in my sister's bed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, now this one was more traumatic because I was alone when I experienced it. And so I was 12, so it was about 2 years later. I was now in one of the downstairs room, what most people know as the computer room, if you ever been to there.
Many hours of RuneScape. We're quoting old episodes
Yeah.
already.
Tons of pop-up ads.
Oh gosh, Johnny.
Yeah.
Icy hot was applied there.
Icy hot was applied in this room.
All right. So when you walk into this room, like, I think we described this before, but so you walk in and like a few steps in, the closet is directly onto the left, and then to the right is where my bed was. But like to get out of the room, you have to like walk past the closet. So one night I am trying to go to sleep, and I can't fall asleep. There's a really loud thunderstorm with like almost constant thunder and almost no like silences. So at this point, I'm not scared. I'm just annoyed because I can't go to sleep and it's a school night. so I'm gonna be like real tired in the morning and not want to get up. But then at one point during one of the silences, I heard something moving stuff around in my closet. And it lasted for like long enough for me to realize I wasn't just hearing things. And then the thunder started rolling again.
Gosh.
So like my blood like runs cold. And I'm starting to get like those cold and hot flashes. I'm trying to like rationalize it, explain it away in my head. And so then comes another silence, and I can hear like the coat hangers sliding across like the bar in there. Like, so it's like someone's moving like the clothes back and forth. And then I'm just like shaking and like wanting to cry, debating on if I should, run out of the room or not, but I don't want to get closer to the closet. So I'm just like laying there hoping there's no more silences, but then every now and then there's another silence. I can still hear it like rummaging around, and, like moving like boxes and shoes on the ground and like sliding the clothes hangers back and forth. So I was too scared to get up. I never got up, and I just put the pillow over my head to like block the sound out.
That's the worst thing you could do. Like just free range for the psycho in your closet.
Yeah.
The pillow's already there. The work's done. He's just gonna put
Just
that
has to hold
pressure.
it down. No chance of survival. No chance of you seeing who it is if you did survive.
But yeah, so I just did that until I fell asleep.
Dang.
Maybe it was that one stalker that JC had, or I think it was JC.
What do you mean?
You don't remember that one boy that would always come and knock on the door like in the middle of the night?
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking
What?
about. Okay, yes.
And it was so funny because
Funny.
the funny thing is
There's
your
nothing
dad,
funny about it.
Your dad had that 9mm, and your mom was home alone at the time, and she said that she always had a problem racking it.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard for her to rack it, but she said whenever, like, I guess stuff was going on constantly at this point, so whenever, I think it was another knock on the door or something, like they kept getting knocks on the door and nobody be there or something. I don't know the exact story, but we could probably ask. But I just remember hearing that night when it happened and Robert wasn't home. She said that slide went back like basically like butter, like no resistance.
That adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, she heard someone knocking at the door. She got scared. She grabbed it and cocked it right away. She was ready.
She was a pro. Boy. Like butter.
But yeah, so there was this kid, I guess our age, that he would hang around with us sometimes. And then at some point, he started coming around when we weren't there, asking for us. And then one morning, my cousin was dropped off at our house because we were going to take her to school because her parents had to go to work early that morning. They couldn't do it. And she was laying on the couch, and then she hears some like rattling by the window. And I guess I don't know if the window was, I don't know how it went down, if he like took the screen off and opened the window and was like whispering JC's name.
Oh my God.
And Darian's on the couch and it's like happening right behind her and she's freaking out. So I don't know if that was like the same night that happened or if like Darian just didn't say anything until we all got up. She's like, hey, someone was out by the window asking for JC.
So scary.
Yeah, so we're going to have to like get the deets on that story.
Hat Man story debunked. It was that stalker in a freaking hat. And he actually came in the house.
He came inside, yeah.
And you just left and went to the movies. And then JC was like, I saw someone with a hat in the hallway.
No.
Ooh, so maybe he got in through the window and was hiding out in my closet.
Could be.
Either way, scary story.
That's-
Yeah, like even if supernatural or like another person is terrifying.
Yeah. Gosh, darn.
Yeah, too much stuff be happening in that house.
It's just a gas
Yeah.
leak.
But
Yeah,
if
just
you,
like hallucinations.
that morning, did it seem like someone was going through your closet? Like stuff was not organized?
Well, my closet's always kind of messy.
Okay.
So like I went in there to see how it looked, just to see if I could tell. I was like, I keep my stuff too dirty. I can't tell if it was rummaged through or not.
About 3 online articles that I researched during this process because they were all basically saying the same exact things.
We can't prove it, but maybe.
Not exact words, but basically it boils down to if you believe in ghosts, your dog can see them.
What?
If not,
does that
it
mean?
could be possibly explained, but it does say that like animals in general, supposedly horses are really are the main ones that can supposedly sense a paranormal presence.
How can you
because they're
test that? Oh, you're about to say it.
because they're a herd animal, so they have like a strong connection to other, I guess,
Their
Like
surroundings
empathy or
yeah, like their surroundings, stuff like that.
from like predators.
Something like that. But,
they're on alert. Anything is off, they're gonna sense it.
It says something about the horses having a strong bond with, like, since they're a herd animal, they have a strong bond with each other, so they can sense different things. But the dogs, they said that their smell can be like 100,000 times what a human's is, so they can even shift different pattern changes in the weather. So like if a storm's coming, they already know stuff like that.
So it seems
That's
like
cool.
maybe they can sense like the different energies changing in
like
a room.
yeah, the atmosphere changing in the room. They can they would be able to tell, and because basically their nose, or like I think it's their nose, is basically like an internal barometer.
Wow.
the thing that shows you the
Yeah.
atmospheric pressures. And then also their hearing is also enhanced compared to ours. So,
Enhance.
Not my dogs.
well, yeah, if they're old and deaf, then no. But
In their prime.
Yeah.
they can hear a lot better than us. So if they hear something entering the room, you probably wouldn't be able to hear it. And that's why they might get alerted, because they hear something coming in that you didn't hear, or they sense the atmosphere change. Also, one of them mentioned something about cats, because their senses are also heightened and they can see in really low dim light. So say it's nighttime, and like for my dog, whenever we had Roxanne, like all the time
God
at
rest her
night,
soul.
every time at night she
I
would
didn't
be
know
in
she
my
passed.
room.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, for real?
For real, when did that happen?
Sheesh, like 2.
Maybe no, it wasn't 2 years. It's probably been a year now.
But so I know I would always wake up and she'd either be in the living room barking at nothing, or in my bedroom she would fall asleep on the floor next to the bed, and she'd be staring at the door to my room and just barking away. But then, as she got older and more senile, it's probably more towards that, like her getting old.
Yeah.
She's losing her
But,
mind. Yeah.
Because she was acting real weird when she got old. But
Yeah, Jules barks more now that she's old and her sight's going.
But yeah, basically what it boiled down to was, if you believe in ghosts, then obviously animals can sense something that's there, because we're not because it said they have like more of a sixth sense than us, because they're
Senses are so
more,
heightened.
yeah,
And they can probably feel your energy change too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're
they
the one
can.
that's sensing something first.
yeah, they have, well, I don't know, it said something about a sixth sense that, they can sense things, going on, or which kind of relates to like service animals. They can
Oh yeah.
tell when your blood pressure's or your blood
Blood
sugar's
sugar.
too low, and they'll alert you to take your insulin or whatever, stuff like that. So
Before you even know.
Yeah,
That's so
before
weird.
even your deal beep off, on your wrist or wherever it is. But yeah. So if you believe in ghosts, they can probably sense them. If you don't believe in ghosts, then obviously they can't.
It could be explained, I guess.
But
That makes me
I thought
feel
it was
better.
funny because my mom told us a story today. I think she said it was one of her friends or something, that they said that they had a haunted house, and they said the dog was like barking at nothing basically,
Was it like a bookshelf?
or a bookshelf. I don't know. Basically, nothing was there, but it was barking, and then all of a sudden, it like. I don't know if
yeah,
it got. I don't know if she said it got thrown on her back, but it ended up on its back.
And it couldn't get it off.
Move. Like, it was
and
just
its legs were like sticking straight out.
So that could have been something like your situation where it jumped back, you know, and you get something scared it.
Aww.
But yeah, I thought that was funny.
But I know
Funny.
I have a cat, and he's an indoor cat. And before we redid my room, he would like lay in bed with me, and my bed would be like on this side of the wall. I guess to help like explain. And then there'll be like a lot of room behind me, and my closet's back there.
Yeah.
Because her room's like a more of a
It's like a rectangle.
like a long rectangle.
And I had my bed like in the middle, and the back of my head was like where the closet and everything was. And he would stare in like the corner. I'm like, can you please stop? It'd be like late at night and it'd freak me out because he'd be just like calm, collected, and just purring and being cute. And then all of a sudden he like wakes up and starts staring at the corner. I'm like, please stop.
Yeah, I had a cat like that too. Like when we first moved into this house, my cat would always go to the bathroom and stare in the corner behind the like we have a cabinet in there for like towels and stuff. He'd always stare up towards the ceiling and like behind it. So,
Oh, gosh.
like, ooh, what's back there?
I know.
Could be a mouse.
It could be a mouse. It makes me feel better.
Well, that still sucks.
Yeah, I know. My cat, sometimes in the middle of the night, he starts like meowing super weird, like different than like normal.
Is it that like thing? You know?
No, oh no.
It's more distorted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like meow, meow, but it's like meow. I don't know. It's like really weird.
What's it do?
Like meow. Like he's distressed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now I've learned to like listen for that sound because it means he has a mouse. Lately, he's been catching mice.
It said it did bring up about pets whenever like how they know you're coming home, even if you like, you know, you think they're just in a routine at a specific time, they'll go wait by the door for you. But it said that sometimes you'll change the time you come home, like it's not going to be the same, and they'll still be there waiting. So, you know, cars pass by the house all the time, so do they go to the door every time they hear a car, or do they know whenever it's you coming home?
Yeah.
And then it also brought up like once there, like it was a widowed woman, and her husband had died, and the dog would like sleep in the bed, like on her husband's side, like laying on the pillow, like human, like it was like her husband was in the dog or something. I don't know. It was weird. And then
Yeah, it was weird.
also, I don't know if it was the same woman or a different one, but it was another dog, and the husband died, and she said that it would like go to the door like someone had came home, and it would be excited because its tail was wagging, and then it would go sit in the chair that the husband would always sit in. So
That's weird.
It is weird.
like she thought maybe her husband was coming back home and was like there, and the dog could sense it, but she just couldn't. So there's also kind of that aspect.
It's almost not as wholesome. It just seems more weird. It's like it's trying to take his place, and it's like, don't feel sad. I'll be the new husband.
Well,
Maybe
the
it's
husband
a-
went into the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it's a residual haunting, and the
Oh,
dog
so like
can
the
see
dog
that,
can see the husband
and
still walking
the
around doing
husband
his
is in
daily.
the loop of coming home from work
Could
and
be
getting in bed and all that.
residual
weird.
hauntings. We covered that in the previous episode,
previous
as well as the Stanley Hotels episode.
Right. I posted a poll to see if anyone else, like, what they think about if animals can sense ghost or see ghost. Posted it kind of late in the day today, so we don't have full results, but so far, it's 100% yes.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
is
Was that
saying-
one person?
One person.
So
or
that
two?
was me voting. No, that was like 6 people so
Okay,
far
fair enough.
that have
Yeah.
said yes.
That's a pretty good
So-
turnout.
And I'm asking for stories too. And I just went live. That's what y'all saw me waving
Oh
the
my gosh,
iPad
that's your
around
live.
for. Yeah, I went live on Instagram and on Facebook. On my personal account. And so
Yeah.
I asked in the I posted the videos like after I ended the live, and I was like, we're filming now. Tell us your scary stories.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe we can get some people that comment
before we're done.
before we're
Cool.
done. So
Cool. Cool.
Wish I had another phone because that'd be easier.
Yeah.
But outside with the
I
That
know,
thing was huge.
I thought you were taking like pictures or something.
on this, I'm gonna be blocked for like 15 minutes of the podcast.
Sorry. Cool.
But yeah.
All right, Aaron.
All right. Did you
that's-
find
I
anything
think
about
that's it.
Thunderstorm?
I didn't find much because they were all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I just clicked the first article that came across, and I was like, okay, that's a good, I should just stick with that. But I was like, no, let me
See if I
dive
can find
deeper.
something interesting somewhere else.
And they were all the exact same, pretty much. I know one
So
of
there's
them.
like one voice on this topic.
Yes. And then it was one of them, like the second one I clicked was a straight copy and paste from the first one. And I was like, okay, what's the point? But basically, what they get from thunderstorms is that it's a lot of energy just from nature. And like, I guess electricity, with lightning and all of that going throughout the air. It's stirring up what's in the house. So the ghosts are feeding off that energy, so they're like more powerful, I guess. And they're
made
able
it strong enough to
Yeah.
like move stuff. Weird choice, I would think. Maybe unless they were intentionally trying to scare me, just let me start moving these clothes around.
Right.
That's what I want to
Yeah,
do with
out
this
of all
newfound
things.
energy.
Yeah.
Let me see what she got.
Well, that also
Nice
kinda
band choice. She likes My Chemical Romance.
reminded me of my mom again today. She was saying, I think it was the same friend, but she goes and takes pictures of like cemeteries, like old cemeteries and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see it in a lot of ghost hunting shows where they'll say that they had a charged battery, and when they go in to use the equipment, it's drained, like dead. And
Them ghosts trying to soak up that energy,
Yeah.
get every
so-
bit they
'cause
can.
She said that this friend, when she goes to these cemeteries, she makes sure she carries like a bunch of extra batteries, because sometimes they do drain the battery, like the batteries just completely go dead. So that makes you think that maybe the entities there are trying to get that energy for themselves, so they can.
Okay.
So it's like they're trying to hang on, like they want to stay tethered to the
Yeah.
earth. So
Because she said sometimes you can even hear them, which my dad said that night that he went to the graveyard to try to get a picture of his dad, which the camera wasn't working. But she says that sometimes you can hear them like, what are you doing here? What are they doing here? Who is this? Like, why are you here?
Yeah, stay
And my dad
tuned.
also
What?
said that
It's
at
going to
the
be in
cemetery.
that interview.
oh,
Yeah, in the interviews
boy.
he
Yeah.
says it. But yeah, it's kind of strange.
Is that why our
Spooky.
camera dies all the time? The one on the
Maybe.
center thing?
It seems to be working pretty well
Steve, are you
tonight.
here?
It was
Ooh.
flashing a while ago. Like me and
Oh,
Donnie
yeah.
made eye contact and
God,
we looked
yeah.
back. And look, we're talking about it. It's turning off.
Steve.
Dang.
But now it's back on. What is it
But I don't know if
doing?
it's recording, though. I don't see the red dot.
Let me get a close look.
Steve, if you are with us,
Y'all keep invoking the name.
keep. No, it's recording.
It's Steve Jobs.
No, it's on standby.
Oh, I see the little. I can't read it, but I see something in the bottom corner. So as soon as I provoked the name Steve, if you're here, in the camera,
The camera turned off, which
like it went black with words.
It
I don't
said
know what it.
standby or
I
something.
couldn't-
standby.
guys.
Steve said
We're
standby.
gonna have to chill out on this.
Steve, are you here with us?
No.
Turn the camera on.
Steve, can you, if you're in here with us, can you turn one of these ring lights off? Can you turn the light off on one of these ring lights?
I'm sensing a Steve. Did you have a great grandfather named Steve?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Steve, can you turn one of these lights off? All right, he's not in
No,
here.
he's not here. We're good. We're
He
Gucci.
doesn't have that much power yet.
But it's kind of like what I mentioned in the Stanley Hotel. That lady, her camera's battery drained when she
Oh,
was
yeah.
taking pictures of the
yeah.
door. She just drained my battery.
So I found some like superstitions around thunderstorms. I guess I'll share a few. I thought they were kind of interesting.
Is it with like the water?
No, what are you talking about? You know what?
Well, like we were talking about how water,
Attract spirits.
yeah, and they can use it as like some kind of energy source too.
Dang, so there's
what
like
if
lightning and water. It's like all
water?
kinds of
Oh,
charged
it's
so
like
up
it's raining.
super
It's a
charged.
supernatural night.
Yeah,
Ooh,
because they were saying like
everything
during
lined up that
thunderstorms,
night.
a lot of like electronical stuff or just like things turn on and off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I mean, it's a storm, but some of them said like their stuff's not plugged in and it's still coming on, like their radios or
Catching a
TVs.
charge.
Yeah, they're zapping that thing.
Well, So, making noise during a thunderstorm will cause bad luck. Playing music will bring extremely bad luck.
I love playing music during the
I
rain.
know.
Like, you know?
I don't like sitting
Maybe
there in
that's why
silence. It
you're
That's
freaks
why
me
you're
out.
cursed, Josh.
Oh my God. I put on some nice, chill, like vinyl music, like on my vinyl player, and just sit back.
That's why you're
relax.
so cursed or so unlucky.
So unlucky. I have the worst luck.
That's why.
That's
you've
why.
been saying you have the worst luck. Now we're getting some answers.
Daggum it. All right, what's
All right,
the
we
next
got to stop
superstition?
listening to chill music when we're
Gotta listen to some
You just
heavy
gotta go
metal.
Sit out on the porch.
you can't make any
Just got-
noise. You just got to sit in the
Make it even worse. Listen to heavy metal.
But you know what? I was
Steve.
quiet during that thunderstorm, and that, spirit still came in there and
Still
was
came.
messing with me.
Well, that's
Could've been
just
worse.
talking about luck.
Yeah. That seems like bad luck to me, though.
It
But
was,
yeah,
Not
that
if it's
could
a
be
good
yeah. it
ghost.
could-
it was just charged up from the freaking storm.
From the storm.
All right. So, another one is to prevent evil occurrences during a thunderstorm, a candle should be lit and left to burn until the storm has passed. If you have no candle, make the sign of the cross on your forehead or chest. Which I should have known that. Would have been nice to know that before
Sounds like some witchcraft.
that night.
White magic.
Romans believed that thunder heard to their left side was a good omen, though otherwise thunder was a bad omen.
I hear it everywhere.
Well, sometimes you can hear it like
Off in the distance.
yeah, like in a certain direction. So if you hear it coming from the left, you're good news. Any other direction, not so good news.
Not so good news.
Dang. Yeah, remember that storm that we had like a few years ago? Maybe like
2016.
Really, really bad one.
2016. Yeah, however long ago that was now.
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh man,
With like
that
all
was
the
some bad
flooding and
luck.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it just rained nonstop like the whole evening,
Just
and
wouldn't stop.
The
and it
one
was
I almost
super
died
hard.
in.
Yeah, we were coming home from
Oh
Waco.
yeah, you were coming home. Didn't you stop at someone's house?
Kara's.
Kara, yeah,
Because he couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it anywhere.
at
'Cause
my
all the-
cousin's house that he's not exactly related
It's
to.
from the other side of the
Like barely
family.
ever talk to her. Just show up, knock
You
on
had
her door,
to.
and like, hey, you mind if I stay
Stranded in
here?
this
I
storm.
bet she was like, what is going on right now?
They're all hunkering down, and then like you just show up.
And you had like no clue either. And that's when your phone was really bad
Yeah.
about charging, so I couldn't get in contact with them.
Your
like,
mom
don't
was
come.
so
I
worried
even
about
had to use
you.
your phone that one time downtown. You
Yeah,
remember?
I
'Cause
remember
my
that.
phone was black because
Yeah.
it would overheat and turn black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I kept trying to like somehow get in contact, like don't come home because it's like way too dangerous out here.
My mom was texting me, "Have you heard from Donnie? No
I
one's heard
know,
from
and I was
Donnie."
like, oh my god, he's coming and he's gonna get he's gonna drown.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I
Like
went
all
through,
the
like-
roads were super flooded.
I went through like 20 flooded roads with my little lowrider truck. At one point, I
It's
was
amazing you made it
like,
through.
there was a long stretch of road that I had to cross that was flooded, and I started on the very right hand side of the road. And by the time I was coming out of it, I was on the left hand side, almost in
Oh
the ditch because
my
it's pushing
God.
me so much.
I know,
But
and there was a
The next day, whenever all the water went down, and we went and looked at all the damage,
It was
one of the
bad.
roads that I had crossed it's a train track and it goes down like that. Half of the road was gone, like it was washed out, and because the water was flowing.
was
this
it an
way.
asphalt road?
Yeah, the water was flowing this way. This half of the road was washed out, and I hugged the left side because the water was pushing to the right. And that if I would have went in the middle or right hand side, I probably would have went off.
Oh my god,
Donnie be risking his life.
we're lucky to have you.
I know,
Oh, you done died so many times.
but it was like
You're
wild.
using up all your lives.
I know.
All your life.
Guess one more thing about storms I thought was interesting because they talked about cold spots. So, if like one sign of a spirit is like a cold spot, and it said, I don't know, just from what I read, they said spirits feed off of heat. So they're getting the energy from the heat, so that's why it's cold. Because they're taking all
They're
that
sucking
heat out of
it,
the air.
So
Yeah.
do demons feed on the cold?
I don't know. You always hear it's
Demons
hot
have
as
their
hell or
own
cold as
energy.
hell. It's either hot as hell or cold as hell.
I was just going to say we got a comment on our live from Andy.
Oh,
I
shoot.
used to be
What's
able...
up, girl?
What's that?
It's bad news, guys. It's bad.
Oh,
Oh.
I used to be able to listen to your episodes at work. Well, now we are no longer able to be on our phones.
Ah.
So I need to get caught up. Indeed you do, Andy. Indeed you
Yeah,
do.
what the heck?
It's gotten good. On our Stanley Hotel episode,
Hey.
Michelle Swartz says, "Why didn't I get a piece of that?"
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should have sent some home with y'all.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Girl, if you came over and
Should've.
was on an episode, you could have had a piece.
We're
Come
not
on
camera
over.
shy.
Come on over and be on an episode. Be on here live on Terrorform.
Yeah.
We know you got
Podcast.
some stories.
I know, you've been telling us all these stories. And we can't tell them right. You always got to correct us. So come on.
Yeah, so come on, man. Come on. Misty says, OMG, and this is on our, this is all on the Stanley Hotel episode.
Okay.
OMG, the moment y'all said Huggy Wuggy. I had to ban all the Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Wissy. I've never heard of Kissy
Yeah, I
Wissy.
don't know what that
No.
one is.
Play from the Kinder Playground. She's a teacher, for reference. Just like y'all said, it sounded so cute when they first started talking about it, but then I looked it up.
Oh no! What's it like? They hear their students like huggy
Huggy
wuggy,
wuggy,
and they're like,
kissy wissy.
and then they
Like,
listen a little
aw.
closer. It's like, maybe
I'm
not.
gonna hug you until you stop breathing.
It's so funny how kids are getting like a hold of this.
I know. Wild. And then she follows up to that comment and says, also, I thought Kristin looked very tan in this episode, but it may just be who she's sitting next to.
Dang, shots fired.
Ooh, roasting.
She did get a little more sun that week,
Yeah.
Misty.
And I was wearing a lighter shirt than usual too, so it really brought out my glow.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
noticed you looked more tan recently.
Yeah, I've been
I saw
spending
that.
That spray tan.
I saw that
I've been spending
comment.
time outside, guys.
I saw that comment Misty made, and I was like, "What, Kristin tan?" And then I looked. I was like, "No, she does look a little
she does
darker."
look
The only times I get sun is the spring and the fall when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And then Christopher Holt says, the Hugmeister is real. I have a friend in Dallas who said she saw this on her cousin's tablet and immediately closed it. Thanks for clarifying the origins of El Huggy. Josh, why bring up Momo? I just got that thing out of my mind, and here you go. Momo.
Well, we're here to make the world a creepier
Momo.
place.
It's working.
Momo.
Momo.
Say it 3
Yeah.
times, just like everything else.
Yeah, say it 3 times in the mirror, she'll show up. That's kind of crazy that this like Huggy Wuggy thing is just showing up. Like it's that easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not just an article. It's actually just
Yeah.
readily available for kids.
Yeah,
Why
people,
can't
yeah.
we be that way?
I know.
Yeah, really.
Why
We
can't
need
we
to do
get all
like
the
a-
cool stuff just given to us?
Controversial video that goes viral. I guess we don't want to go viral in that way.
No.
What'd they say?
All publicity is good
Yeah,
publicity.
all publicity
All
is good publicity.
Is good publicity.
Be sure to check out our Instagram, Facebook, Terrorform Podcast. You can email us at terrorformpodcast@gmail.com. You know, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Stitcher, YouTube, of course.
That's right.
Anchor.
Anchor. Well, I mean, Anchor's like the thing that supports all of those.
But you can listen to it on there, can't you?
I think so, but most people go through Spotify because it's like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't know,
if
there's
you
probably
have...
some edgelords out there that only listen to Anchor.
Hipsters.
So if you have any spooky closet stories, let us know.
Let us know. Let us know right now.
Yeah.
If you tune in to our live, let us know your scary stories. Right now we're covering some stories that are based in closets.
Yeah, don't be afraid to come out.
And also, if you have any animal involved stories, have you ever had your dog growl at something in the closet?
Have your cat stared at something that wasn't there?
We got someone joining us.
Oh, who's joining us?
The Shape 91 has joined.
The Shape. What's going on, Shape? You got any stories for us? We're doing
thought
an
you said
episode right
V-Shape.
now.
V-shape.
What's up?
We're trying to get some content live while we're filming.
While we're filming. Yeah.
We need some stories. Donnie, where can they send us their stories if they miss out on this live?
You know they can go to that
terrorformpodcast@gmail.com. They can
Send those stories, send your artwork.
Comment on the YouTube videos.
Yeah, I did some shining artwork, but it's in my
Facebook
purse, and I'm feeling getting up to
Messenger.
get it.
Yeah, and you sent those to me, and I was gonna post, and I was so busy at work, and I never
know.
got to it.
I got busy too because I was trying to like edit them to get rid of the background.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is just a lot of work right now.
Understandable.
We'll get to it eventually.
But we are recording our second episode of this weekend right now because we are on a holiday weekend, so it was easier to get some in the bank. So we're ready to go.
We're prepared. We're on that
prepared.
schedule.
We're on that schedule.
We ain't skipping no weeks.
Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday. If you're
6
watching this
a.m.
live, if you're watching this on here, then it's past already. But if you're watching this live, check us out on Wednesday to hear about how to ward off spirits. All right. Well, guys, you know what that means. It's time to,
Make it creepy.
make it creepy wherever you are.
Or creepy or spooky can be fun.
Spooky can be fun.
Terrorform your surroundings.
Terraform your surroundings. And lastly, keep it, stay.
Bye. This is...